You're tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive weekly look at the athletics inside the Twin Valley League. The TVL Rundown is a service of B&D Buildings in Axtell and the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf.
B&D Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-frame buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. B&D Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank. With a century of experience, you know you can count on us for convenient banking and personal service for people you know and trust. With extended hours and online banking for all your financial needs. Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank.
Welcome to the TVL Rundown with Max Blaske of KNDY Radio, joined with Jeff Wurtz, TVL Sports Spotlight. Jeff, it was a good week in the TVL once again, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. Fantastic. Between the cross-country runners, the volleyball players, and, of course, on Friday night, we had another terrific Friday night of football. A lot of big teams took care of business on Friday and just keep rolling.
Fun time of year with it. And you mentioned cross-country there in the beginning. A lot of cross-country teams got their stuff kicked off Saturday in Marysville. So a few of those top results or top runners from some area teams.
Like you said, at Marysville, it was a very good day for some TVL teams. Keelan Rempe of Centralia finished in 5th. She goes 22-31. So a big run for her. Gracie Grable of Troy and Kaya Franklin of Centralia finished 7 and 8. Cora Thompson right behind her at 22-52. Cora Thompson, a long-time, big-time runner in the Twin Valley League, and she continued actually right through the top 10. Claire Bussing as well as Mackenzie Baker of Washington County. So a lot of just fantastic runners. I think that's one sport that kind of gets overlooked in the Twin Valley League because we do have a lot of excellent runners, and it shows in the other sports throughout the league.
Moving forward, more TVL meets coming up on Saturday. Where are a bunch of teams at this week?
We have teams this week going on Saturday at Wamego. The Blue Valley Rams, Clifton Clyde, Doniphan West, Frankfort, and Valley Heights all in one meet there at Wamego. So, again, a very exciting time, very exciting start to the year for some of these teams.
Along with cross-country, another busy fall sport, volleyball kicking in the full swing. I know you were telling me, Jeff, a few of these teams playing, 3 quads in almost a week period coming up here pretty soon?
When I talked to Coach Amy Bott just a couple of days ago, she said that all of the teams are going to play each other in the next 7 days.
Wow.
That is massive. A lot of games going on. And, every night is either a couple of quads and a try or vice versa. It's just absolutely crazy right now in the Twin Valley League. Something we don't usually see in September. That's usually waited for October, things like that. But it's down and dirty right now.
Yeah, they're really getting after it. I guess early on, like we were talking about, kind of seems like an early year for a lot of things. But as we get ready for kind of this week's schedule, what's it looking like in a few of those?
Yeah, on Saturday there is a try at Clifton Clyde featuring Hanover and Lynn. Frankfort hosts a full tournament. They have Care Paravel, Jackson Heights, Onega, and Washington County, as well as Valley Falls. That is a full tournament at Frankfort. And one more on Saturday, Valley Heights travels to Riley County. So they'll play a little bit up in competition. Valley Heights likes to go down to that Riley County tournament, and they usually play well. That Valley Heights team is a lot of fun to watch on the court.
I think we talked about it last week. A lot of teams, that'll be fun and exciting to see how this first part of the season, I think before league tournament kicks off too, especially.
I get just as excited to go to the volleyball tournament, volleyball games as I do the football games anymore. And, that's just as much fun to go to TVL volleyball right now. There's just so many good teams.
And the level of athletes, like I think we mentioned, week in and week out everywhere too as well. Last night, I know Tuesday night, there was quite a bit of action going on throughout the league, a lot of league matchups. Who took on each other last evening?
There was a quad at Onega, a quad at Lynn, and a try at Valley Heights. Onega hosted Axtell, Clifton Clyde, and Hanover. The Lynn Bulldogs hosted Blue Valley, Centralia, and Frankfort. And at Valley Heights, it was D West and Washington County. I have all the results up for that on my Facebook page as well as tvlspotlight.blog. I have all of the results from that. So those are some really good games. Check those out, and I'll have full stories as well on that.
You're going to be working a little overtime, I think, Tuesday evening, won't you?
It'll be a nice night. This time of year, and like you said, it's a hurricane from now on. It's just straight through until we get to first part of November with football.
Just about get that regular season done. Like we were talking about, I think a couple weeks until TVL tournament, and then especially volleyball season just rolls right on into it.
It's actually kind of funny because in late August, everybody kind of wishes me well and says they'll see me in a couple of months, because that's really what it ends up being.
Yep.
I end up more in the high schools than I do at home or anywhere else. I don't get to see many people. You and I get a lot of contact.
We talk a lot. But other than that, unless you're at a gym, you don't see Jeff very much. Jeff or myself, unless they're in the booth or in front of a microphone. That tends to happen every now and then too as well. A lot of good volleyball coming up. Like I said, results there for you on the website. KNDY also has volleyball wrap-ups on Thursday. So just checking last Friday's scores, Jeff, as we kind of wind down the segment here. A few blowout wins, a few expected wins, some good wins too. One that we had on KNDY, Centralia got the 6-point win over Valley Heights. What were a few other standout scores from Friday evening?
Well, first of all, Max, we need to talk. You keep going to the games that are just absolute bangers, and it really is starting to make me mad. Because
we're only 2 weeks in. I took the first one. You get the next two.
And it's crazy. But, a lot of really good games. That Frankfort game, 7 touchdowns for Wes Anderson. That was incredible performance for him. Axtell did their thing. They do what they always do. But the big one to me was actually Hanover taking the road to El Saline. Hanover's really showing some things here in the first part of the season, and that looks like a team that is well-oiled and should be a lot of fun to watch. They finally have developed into and I say this a lot, Max. I say this a lot. The TVL makes you mature a lot faster, and you go from boys to men very quickly in the TVL, and that's what this Hanover team has done. I really am impressed with what they have been able to do just in the first couple of weeks. And, we mentioned that road trip, and a lot of people think, road trip's not bad. Have you ever been on a school bus for 2 hours?
It's a long time.
It's not fun.
No, it's not. Uncomfortable seats.
Yes.
It's usually hot. Not very fun.
It plays a lot of factors sometimes in these TVL games. It's a lot easier for probably a 17-year-old to recover than you and I.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and to piggyback off that, I think it's funny. We've talked over the years about ebbs and flows of teams, of programs, and I think you saw this the last couple of years with Hanover, down a little bit, quotation marks, to their standards, but here you are, a good win to start the season and a chance to prove it moving forward, experiencing a coach, too, as well. I think they're on the uptick.
And I'm lucky that's the game that I am headed to on Friday night. So look forward to seeing the Wildcats in person. I'll have all of the updates from the Hill and Hanover, and look forward to seeing Matt Hoyer's team.
I think that's going to wrap up the TVL rundown for today. Again, for Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, Max Blaske, KNDY Radio. We'll catch you all next week.
You've been tuned in to the TVL Rundown.
a weekly comprehensive look at the athletics inside the Twin Valley League. The TVL Rundown is a service of B&D Buildings in Axtell and the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf.